Hi, everybody, and welcome to Teaching Tip Tuesday, brought to you by the Center for Inclusive Teaching and Learning here at UWSP. As you recall, I've spent this term exploring software tools that have applications in teaching, either for creation of more engaging content or for integration into student projects. This week, I'd like to talk to you about a program I found during the pandemic. It showed up in my Facebook feed of all places, and I fell in love with it. It's called Doodly. Doodly is a web-based whiteboard animation software that allows you to create doodle videos. You can create a project with different scenes using drag and drop functions. You can insert scene backgrounds, characters, props, and music. There's also the capacity to record voiceovers. So let's take a look. In this project, I've already created an introductory scene. You can see in the menu on the left that there are tabs for users to pick different scenes that can be used as backgrounds. There are many options for different characters in a variety of poses that you can also add. I get the feeling that churches were an early customer of this software since there are a lot of characters with religious themes. There are diagrams of props that you can include, as well as many text styles to choose from. There's musical accompaniment and sound effects that you can add to your track. To add any element to a new scene, just select it and drag it onto the background. You can adjust the color of any item you add by entering the settings for that item. Now, there are some other controls on the right side of the screen. Layers are isolated, so you can adjust the time it will take to render them in the Doodle video. You can preview your project, save it, or export it as a movie file. A feature that I particularly like and that gives this program a lot of versatility is that you can upload your own images of objects or characters. These uploaded files are rendered in full color, though only SVG files animate as being drawn by the hand. Other files are just kind of scribbled. Some of the important settings for your video are located in the Scene settings, which you can access using the icon in the lower left of the screen. You can choose the type of hand that animates the video, whether it's masculine, feminine, gender non-specific, different skin tones, right, left-handed, or animated. You can use any hand that tickles your fancy. Okay, now let's look at the video I put together for this demonstration. Hi everybody. This week's teaching tip is about engaging students. We all know that it's important to keep students engaged with content. One way to do that is to draw them in with engaging visual displays. Doodly is a web-based whiteboard animation program that might be useful to you. It's easy to use, cheap, and UWSP approved. The specific applications are endless. Think of how you might use this software to enhance a somewhat static PowerPoint that covers calculations or complex equations. The effect is dynamic. A quick caveat, the text tool in Doodly doesn't allow superscripts or subscripts, so you might have to get creative by using different text boxes for different elements of the equation, as I've done here. Because you can upload images into the program, you can provide more engaging coverage of complex process diagrams from your text, or perhaps isolate specific components of artwork to facilitate discussion of techniques or thematic roles. Doodly is a great tool for adding visual interest to your presentations or to your content in Canvas. At $67, it's a bargain, and even if your department is shy of funds for this type of application, the low price makes personal access within reach for most faculty. Consider adding Doodly to your content development toolbox today. And that's a quick Doodle video. Now, as much as I like this program, there are a couple of things to keep in mind before you decide to adopt it. First, without purchasing a color upgrade, you're stuck with monochromatic elements. Any specific element is rendered in only one color, though different elements can be rendered in different colors. The exception for this is files that you upload. Doodly accepts JPEGs, PNGs, and SVG files, though the best functionality is with the SVG files. The web-based platform means that operations are sometimes slow, probably based on usage. Recordings of voiceovers are the most often affected. They can be very sluggish. I recommend doing the videos without voiceovers, then adding those using a different application like Camtasia or iMovie. Next, the text interface is very limited. There are no superscripts or subscripts, and because you adjust the text size by changing the size of the box rather than by entering the size of the font, it can be really hard to get it just right. Changes in text color are often sluggish. In spite of these difficulties, I still like working with Doodly, and I think that it can provide a useful tool in your content production toolkit. And that's this week's teaching tip, brought to you by the Center for Inclusive Teaching and Learning here at UWSP. Remember, at CITL, we offer support for course design, learning activities, assessment, and pedagogy. Visit our website to schedule a consultation today.